Good afternoon, fellas. This is Crazy Train Guy from Western Nebraska. You probably know me from YouTube videos and Facebook with my G-scale train setup. I've ventured into N-scale. This is my second time in it, and this time I built a little 4x4 layout, something smaller I could do in the house during inclement weather and have something to do. There's 4 buildings: the Santa Fe train station, the 6-bay engine house, 3-bay engine house, and grain elevator. All but the 3-bay engine house are Walters kits, and the Atlas motorized turntable and 3-stall engine house is an Atlas kit. And I've put LEDs in all of them, lit them up. It makes it more realistic. I'm running on DCC, and I'm using this throttle, an NCE Power Cab starter kit. They say it'll run 4 or 5 engines, and I'm probably going to have 4. Right now, what the sound you're hearing in the front there is my UP 3958 Challenger, and it's got sound. It's by Athearn, and it's amazing what it can do. But I wanted to model UP, the Challenger, and Big Boy. The Big Boy is a purchase down the road. But I also have the Cato UP 11 12-car passenger set, which is really neat, and it all runs really good. I bought the Challenger used, so it's got a couple little issues I'm working on. The other 2 engines are Fox Valley diesels. One's a UP in front and the BNSF in the back. They have TCS decoders in them, no sound like the Challenger, but if you notice the nose, bullet nose there flashing, you can do 6 different lighting effects, and I just picked this one because I liked it. And the lead engine has the UP symbol on this side and the flag on the other side, American flag, and then the BNSF is behind it. And so I'm going to run up both engines and park them in the stall just to show you how this Atlas turntable works. If I could do it, I'd buy the Walthers, but it's a little pricey, but it will do the Big Boy and Challenger where this one won't. So anyway, we're going to run the lead engine's 5354, and the BNSF behind it is 5719. So we're going to run 5354 up on the table and park it in stall 2. So there we have it on the turntable. Now the turntable is operated off of DC power until I get a decoder to run it off DCC. I'm using a Sound and Power 7000 transformer. It's set up for G, H, O, and N. It's switched to H, O, and N now. So when I turn it on, if you hear a little screech in that, Alice told me that I needed to oil that little bearing on the motor, and I've done that. So if you hear an intermittent screech, you know what that is. But anyway, we'll start the turntable here, and you can reverse the polarity to make it go whichever way you want. So we're going to run it around to stall number 2 and back 5354 into the second stall. And I can speed that up, and I can also slow it down too. So once it gets around there, we'll back it into the bay. Once it hits that stop, and they do cycle, I just shut that off, and I hit reverse on my NCE, and away she goes into the stall. And then shut that off, and then you dial in 5719 by hitting recall on your throttle and enter. And now we're going to run it up on, well, let's see, first we got to go the opposite direction and bring back the turntable. So we'll reverse it back to where we want to run the BNSF up on the table. As I say, with the DC power pack, you can change directions by changing the polarity with a switch, and then when you get to the right stop where you want to be, you just shut the transformer off. And then we're going to run 5719 up on it. And here she comes. Once you get all the bugs out of this thing, it really runs smooth. So we reverse our polarity, turn on our turntable again, and get it around to the first stall. And once it's cycled to the first stall, we shut our transformer off. We've got it dialed in. We hit reverse, and in she goes. Well, it's stuck. Oh, there she goes. Thought it stuck. You got to get this track alignment, the little pieces of track just right in them. So we got both engines in there now, and I'm going to change the direction, and I'm going to just back the Challenger up a bit to show you how it runs too. So I recall 3958 and enter. And listen to some of the sounds this thing has. It's amazing. There's the coupler. And you got water running, filling the water tender. And we shut it off. And you have full functions on everything. Of course, the bell, shut it off. The long whistle or horn, and you got a short one. And blowing off the steam. And I'm going to just back it up and forward just a little bit to show you the and I guess it's probably off the track a little. That is the one thing that I don't like about that engine, is there's so many wheels and everything, it's hard to keep on the track. But I'll show you that. I've got a couple videos of it running on YouTube as it is now. So we're going to bring 5719 out of the roundhouse, and we're going to recall it, enter, forward, and we'll bring it out. That's what's nice about DCC. No block controls and all that. You just dial in the engine, and we're going to change the direction to forward and run the table back around by reversing the polarity. I could run it off forwards too if I want. It doesn't matter whatever way you want. And once we get her lined up with our track, shut off the DC power transformer and roll it back off onto our track. And you can do that. Well, I mean, you could actually do, I've got 9 stalls there now, but you can see what you can do with it. But that's kind of what I wanted to show you, my turntable and the layout so far. And I wanted to show you the Santa Fe train station too, that's over here. It's right there, if you can see it. I can zoom in on it a little bit. Move the camera just a tad more. But there you have the engine house that I put together, Santa Fe style. And I think the LEDs really add realism to the whole layout. So that's going to be it from here for today. You'll kind of watch, and I'll be putting more stuff on. You have any questions, just ask me there. I'll post it to YouTube and then over to Facebook into the N-Scale train group. So thanks for watching, and we'll see you down the road.